Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I drop my next one. Listen, you guys, Drake literally has just dropped his previous two lawsuits last night, which was breaking news. However, he came out swinging this morning with an all-new lawsuit. I will now read the new lawsuit, in full, and this will be chapter 1. There are so many lawsuits flying right now. I cannot keep up with everything on my channel. However, I will do my best. This one is definitely coming after Kendrick, even though he is suing UMG. This is a hot mess. I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Anyway, you guys, this is chapter 1 of the new lawsuit that Drake just filed. And here we go, guys. Let's read. Love Nation, please like, share, and subscribe. This will be chapter 1 of Drake's new lawsuit. He recently dropped his old lawsuits, which we've already read. So if you have not checked those out, please go back and read those. He dropped those, and now he is suing UMG Recording Inc. solely as of the moment. Again, we're going to read through this, you guys, and this is chapter 1. This is absolutely crazy. Nobody saw this one coming after he literally dropped both of his lawsuits last night. But let's get into this. Again, this is 81 pages. It's going to take a few days to read through this, and this is chapter 1. So, this was filed in the United States District Court of Southern District of New York. This is page 1. That is the case number at the top. It was filed January 15th of 2025. And when you guys see Aubrey Drake Graham, plaintiff, that is rapper Drake. UMG Recording Inc. is his label. So let's get into this complaint. Plaintiff Drake, through his attorneys, bring this complaint against defendant UMG Recordings Inc., defendant or UMG. Introduction. A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Sir Lucian Grange, CEO of UMG, March 25th of 2024. In the middle of the night on May 7th of 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resides. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, "F Drake," and at least one power began to open fire. One mullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another mullet struck and wounded a security guard who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the wound with towels. Red stains were everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the mullet, stop the red stain, and save his life. Though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8th of 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off the property. On May 9th of 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. But these events were not coincidental. They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG's actions leading up to and on May 4th of 2024. UMG is the world's largest music company and also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet, on May 4th of 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a file and calls for retribution against him. Even though UMG enriched itself and its stakeholders by exploiting Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose to corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. In controversy, UMG saw an opportunity, seized it, and continued to fan the flames even after learning of the incitement to do this on May 7th and 8th, along with unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. The song in question is Not Like Us, the recording, written and performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, professionally known as Kendrick Lamar. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal file and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album's image, the image, and its music video, the video, all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a file. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including by calling him a certified file and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce and, in fact, reinforces that accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in the icons that are known to be used by law enforcement as well as public safety applications like Citizen to identify files, residences online. The video bolsters the same message by, for example, showing images associated with trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord and is probably a minor. This lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to push, promote, exploit, monetize allegations that it is understood were not only false but dangerous. As UMG knows and has known at all relevant times, the recording, image, and video allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a file. Drake has never engaged in any acts that will require him to be placed on neighborhood watch. Drake has never engaged in relations with anyone under 18. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal act whatsoever. Notwithstanding knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video together, the defamatory material, as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood the recording's inflammatory and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for UMG. First, the more people who listened to, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives would make. Second, UMG's Interscope Interscope owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recorded music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales, after only recently persuading him to enter into his own direct license for a limited recording commitment of new music. Third, in contrast with Lamar's first direct deal, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment, and on information and belief, UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat and inviting hook. Capitalizing on these attributes, UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear that Drake's "Liking 'Em Young." The defamatory material has been played billions of times, and its false central message has gone viral via social and legacy media channels. In dozens of languages, too, at a minimum, hundreds of millions of people spanning the globe. It is not just fans of rap music who now believe that Drake is a certified file. The recording has become ubiquitous. UMG used its promotional resources and exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including but not limited to award shows, national political events, and more. But billions of plays and ubiquity were not enough for UMG. Over the course of the last several months, UMG has made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for recordings to be performed at one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. I am going to stop right there. This lawsuit is definitely heating up, and I definitely want to know what you guys think below. We will move into chapter 2 very shortly. There is a lot of salacious allegations to get through here. Do you think Drake has a point with this lawsuit? Do you think he will be more successful with this lawsuit? How do you guys feel about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar issue? Please leave your comments below, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back shortly, guys. Until now, be safe and enjoy your day. Bye, guys.